students, the first thing they want to do some assessment, and then they are talking about copyright plagiarism. It's something to do. They can separate it out. I mean, it seems like two different things they are trying to highlight. The background research in terms of literature review is very weak. Lots of assumptions. The learning outcomes is, again, it doesn't tailor-made with the project questions. We're not really sure about what is the learning outcomes stated here. And then the method itself, whatever they're trying to do in the method, it does not reflect to their answering back the background research. So the method is so it's not related. We found difficulty in assessing this proposal. Substance, we didn't discuss on it because by the time we reached part E, and we feel that we are rejecting the proposal. We give a rating of 2 out of 10. Who should?
Any suggestion to revive it, to make it come back?
Any suggestion is that basically again the proposal need to rework on the research question. The research question is not properly suggested. The learning outcome is not clear. Background research need to do more, which is more to incorporate some literature reviews there, as well as I think the first 4 parts is very critical, and the methods as well. So I need to be clear method, because if you look at number XG interest change, suddenly they mention about 2.0, which is out of nowhere. They suddenly comes 2.0, and then so it's still like a vague kind of proposal.
Vague, huh?
Vague.
Not sure what they really want to do.
Yes.
But do you share their concern regarding copyright infringement online? Yes. That the students' uploads and students' work may be misused by others, and therefore this lecturer wants to protect the students.
When you mention that, we understand, but when we read from the proposal, we don't understand that. We don't get it. What actually that she or he think about what actually he wanted to address.
So did everybody give a 2 out of 10 or just
We discussed it.
Agreed. Oh, this one kills the interest of SoTL research. Okay, but never mind. It wasn't a well-written one. But we will listen to another group, see whether it is that stringent or not.
When we proposal wise,
yes,
and I think almost the same as the other group, but we do have a suggestion because we think that the proposal was written with some ideas or some issues that they want to resolve, and we can see there are 2 things. One is a continuous assessment, the usage of video as a continuous assessment, but throughout the proposal, it's sort of here and there, meaning that it appears at the learning outcomes, but not there at the methods. So that could be one project or one application. Another one is about the copyright plagiarism and fairness in assessment by using the online work or the YouTube, the video clip productions, issues with regards to plagiarism and whatnot, and that could be another aspect. We think that's more on the content part of how do you build a content to ensure that your students understand the issue of plagiarism, copyright, and whatnot, or others. And again, the whole thing is there in the learning outcomes, and the methods also address the second question, but not the first question. So the proposal, our rating is resubmit. Resubmit with maybe 2 different project questions instead of 2 different projects, sorry, rather than 1 project, because now it's too ambitious, right? Yes. Anything else?
Rating, you see, when feedback, we are interested in the grading. Not so much about what you want to say about my proposal. The grading is?
Eager cukup.
Okay. So it's quite difficult to pass because both agree that it is not well written, it is not clear. But just now, Maslina wanted.
We want to help to salvage. If we can help to salvage, alright. This is based on our experience reviewing the first cycle. So Kazli, myself, Amy, and all were in the committee to read the proposals. So we try as much as possible to salvage the sorry, I'll stand up. Okay. We try as much as possible to salvage the proposal. So we had 24 submissions. I just want to tell you because I don't want them to feel demotivated. They're all our potential. We don't accept proposals if it doesn't show us outright how you are going to improve a problem that is apparent in the class or the subject that you're teaching. So if we see some visions or shadows of it there, we will put in some recommendations like we did to guide the applicant to make it a more SoTL-based research. So that is the same thing we decided to do with proposal Y also. We feel that there is some value to what the lecturer is trying to do because it's a noble thing and he or she is trying to help the students. But probably if it can be rephrased and as our chairman of the board says, resubmitted, then I think
Chairman wants to say something.
Chairman is here, so I will pass it to Chairman because we follow all the directions also.
Okay, why do this proposal need to be resubmitted in the next cycle? Okay.
Next cycle.
No, okay, because we're looking at there are two-fold of this proposal. One is about the assessment by using the videos, and another one is regarding the copyright issues of the using the videos. Because when it comes to the copyright, it seems like the researcher here, he or she would like to study on the students' knowledge about copyright of videos too. So that goes on studying the student on the knowledge of copyright. And then the first goal is using the videos as an assessment. So we believe that if it's for SoTL, it's best if the paper discuss more on the continuous assessment by using the videos. Okay, and then the copyright issues in checking on copyright issues of the students, okay, whether the students understand what the copyright issues of videos or not, could be discussed in the other proposals. So in doing that, perhaps there will be another methods. Yeah. Anything else to be added?
Submission, but mention to attend the SoTL workshop.
Yeah, and the clinic.
Not to miss the clinic.
I remember hearing this group discussing about why not just go on do some remedial, like have a workshop on academic integrity to resolve all these issues in the proposal. That can be done also, right? When you have 25K, you can do a workshop for all the students who hesitate to submit or who like to plagiarize online. You see the text online, you can do turn it in. But those video clips that you steal online, there is nothing to trace. Unless this student is in the video, then you know it's original video because he is the one talking. Otherwise, if he pick here and there and he crop it and he merge it, do we consider that his video or the group video? So this thing, everything like this can be done within a day workshop like this. You know, then as a student, I raise my hand, I ask, who will protect me if I put that online? What IP, what right do I have as a student? copyright experts can talk about this. Yeah, so that will resolve many other issues. I think some people told me that as they study IT these days, they need to study how to hack other people's website. Why they learn how to hack people's website is to learn how not to be hacked. So today, I make you sit on the board for selection is to turn your role from applicant to the assessor. And now that you have rejected this proposal, you know exactly what kind of proposal, if you write like this, you get rejection. So it's the other way around, yeah? Which makes you see a different perspective. Rather than telling you, oh, first you must write this thing and then this thing. Yeah, I write, but nobody understands me. The way I write is vague. Like I explained the proposal, then doctor said, now I can understand, but you didn't write the way you explained. That's the problem here. We always have good ideas, but when it comes through our hand or computer, it is a discounted version of what we really want or think. So that is tricky for most of us. Writing to express ourselves very well is very challenging. Yeah? So anyway, challenging things also need some baby steps, and we are taking the baby steps today. Yeah? So confirm, rejection, and resubmission for proposal Y. Now we go to proposal X. We go to
Can I ask a question?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, sure.
I'm just telling you.
No, I won't walk there.
Okay, so I'd just like to ask something on the board's decision, the way they were talking about it just now. Yeah, the SoTL research to me seems a little different from what we normally do, engineering research and things. It seems to be an element of subjectivity in this. It can be subjective, like the proposal you have rejected. Is it, what if the writer of the proposal, he or she has certain ideas in mind, which may not be compatible with what the board's perception of the issue is? So in that case, would that be a reason for rejection, or would it still be evaluated like an open? I'll give you an example of what I mean. Here we're talking about video clip and things, right? Let's say the board feels that, okay, we have already been complaining that our students, they don't have time to study, they don't get their fundamentals right. Now we are giving them extra tasks to go and prepare video, a skill that we don't need in engineering. Why are we pushing them to do that? Difference in perception. Will that be a reason for rejection of the proposal? Assuming rest of the things were taken care of, the thing that you mentioned in the proposal, that there's shortcoming in the methodology or whatever, let's see, that's one thing. I'm just talking about perception difference. How would it be evaluated?
Okay, I feel as long, okay, this is my opinion. May I? Alright. What I feel is as long as you can justify and tell us that whatever innovation you want to bring into your class is going to benefit your students, and it's going to improve learning, or it's going to improve the assessment, then there is no reason for us to reject it. And the second issue is, you said the kind of research or the kind of issues that you want to explore, right? Whether we in the board find it relevant or not. Yeah, okay. Let me put this in the context of SoTL, okay? Because you're going to apply for the grant. So we have guidelines for this year. So in the guidelines, you were at the clinic, I think, right, Doctor? Yeah. So we have got 9 different areas that we are focusing on for these 2 cycles for 2015. So if you work on any of these areas, it can be anything because the areas are wide. Yeah, the areas are wide. You can work on these areas, but there is also provision for you to work on something other than these 9 focus areas, as long as you can tell us, you can justify that this is going to bring about some effective change to teaching or to learning, and it's going to bring some general good to improving teaching and learning for UTP, for the course you teach, for your students, and also for you. Because that's the whole point in doing this SoTL research. So don't worry, whatever you think is relevant, because I am not an expert in wastewater engineering, but I may read about it. I know some basic stuff, but the issue that you are discussing in your SoTL research is more on how to teach a particular concept, so that I may be able to understand, because you are telling me how you are trying to improve students' understanding of concept X using a particular approach. So that is kind of straightforward, I feel. And as long as it shows that it's going to improve teaching or it's going to improve students' understanding, we will not reject that proposal. And based on what we did for cycle 1, there were 24 submissions. One outright we rejected because it was sent in as a STIRF application. STIRF is very technical domain, so that's outright wrong. You send it to the wrong platform. So there was no element of teaching and learning. Tasli and Amy can back me up here. Okay, and the others, there was some element of teaching and learning, but it wasn't clear enough to tell us that this is going to improve teaching and learning in this particular course. It was more of educational research kind of thing, where the person is looking at something outside what he is teaching or what she is teaching. It didn't show us how it is going to impact on the class he or she was teaching or is going to teach for that matter. So for these kinds of proposals, what we did was either to put it in KIV, or the proposals that I vetted, I actually wrote down quite a lengthy review to tell this person how to convert this into a SoTL-worthy research. And we gave the reviews back to the applicants with the hope that they would implement the changes. But if they don't get back to us, then it means they are not interested, or some of them said we will save it for the second cycle. So it's not like we reject you outright. If we see value in it, we give it back to you. We will suggest changes, but if you're not comfortable and if you don't want to, then it's fine. So we do not want to discourage anybody, because we are just starting with this initiative, and we in SoTL, we are not gurus. We are not like Dr. Ming. We are also learning. I also got major comments for my own grant. Fazli also got comments for his grant. Amy, we all got comments. And that is why we are here today, because we understand what happened in the first cycle, what are the main issues, and using these fundamental issues that were brought up by the reviewers, we are now putting it into practice here in the second workshop to address these issues, so that this issue will not be a repetition for the second cycle, and we can give out more grants, hopefully.